I'm just a normal guy in my mid-20s. One day, one of my friends showed me a video that completely changed my whole life. Let me just begin my story. So, my friend was a bit of a weirdo. He would often save bizarre videos he found on the deep web on his phone and show them to me. At first, I was shocked that those things were real. On the other hand, the stimulating elements of the video strongly knocked on my brain. During a weekend, bored with nothing to do, I logged onto the deep website that my colleague told me about and watched a ton of horrible pictures and videos. I downloaded one of them, and to this day, it's still stuck in my memory. In the video, a man was sitting on the floor with his arms and legs tied with another man standing in front of him. I couldn't see his face because of the angle. Wearing a black suit, the man was muttering something. It was another language that I didn't understand. He seemed to be having conversations with the man sitting on the floor and soon walked off the screen. When he came back, he was holding a bucket. He then scattered some kind of liquid on his body. He turned around and made some gestures. What I saw next was terrible. 3 hounds ran out from nowhere, quickly attacked the man, and began to bite off his flesh. I'm not sure, but they looked like some kind of wolves. The scene of 3 large-sized dogs eating him up was clearly visible on the screen. While watching the man's body being torn apart, I immediately closed the site and turned off my computer. I almost threw up on the spot. My heart was pounding frantically. I'd never seen anything like that in my whole life. The shock lasted for a few more days. The scene was imprinted in my head. I hadn't been on the deep web since that day, and I almost forgot about it. A few days later, a message popped up on my computer screen.
If you want to live, send $6,666 to the account number below. If you don't send the money, we'll kill you like the man in the video you saw. We know where you are.
My computer must have been hacked when I downloaded the video. I was terrified, but I tried to calm down, thinking someone was just playing a prank on me. Only fools send money because of this shit. They don't know my location and will never hurt me. I turned off my computer and tried to forget everything after that. It'd been 3 days and nothing happened. Yeah, it was just a prank, I told myself. That day, on the way home from work, I saw 3 large dog necklaces on my front porch. I found a note next to it and it said this on the paper.
My dogs are starving.
Just then, I broke out into a cold sweat. No way. Do they really know where I live? There was another message on the screen when I immediately turned on my computer.
If you don't send the money by today, you'll be the next target.
Being scared, I collected all the money I had and sent it to him. You might be wondering why I didn't call the police. I just couldn't do that. I felt like they were watching me all the time. Outside my window, people who I'd never seen before were walking with a big dog, like some kind of shepherd. If it was any other day, I might have thought it was nothing, but I was extremely afraid back then. The next day after sending the money, he sent another message.
This money is not enough to feed my starving dogs.
I had no more money and I thought I would become their next prey. I ended up calling the police. They constantly threatened me and I was terrified, but fortunately nothing happened. Shortly after, police called me and said the criminals had been arrested. I decided to go to the police station and meet them. To my surprise, they were 2 young men in their early 20s. I felt like they were completely different people from the video I saw before. They just looked like young nerds who sat in front of a computer. I was so upset. I couldn't believe I was fooled by these guys. The case was eventually over and I was able to get back to my normal life. Or so I thought. The next day, the police suddenly contacted me. They said the hackers suddenly disappeared. I immediately had a bad feeling about it. Just in case, I accessed the deep web and found a new video. As soon as I clicked the video, I saw those hackers being eaten alive by 3 giant wolves. After that day, I threw my computer away, moved to another place, and never accessed the deep web again.